Stoicism is an ancient school of philosophy from Greek and Roman times. In recent years, many people, myself included, have taken an interest in Stoicism due to its usefulness in developing self-control and overcoming destructive emotions. Famous Stoics include figures such as Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius. And although much of Stoic wisdom applies to everyday struggles, we can take and apply that wisdom to our deepest endeavors. So if you're looking to improve in your own pursuits, whether it be your hobbies, your career, or just life in general, let's take a look into how the Stoics mastered life. First, start with purpose. Everything, a horse, a vine, is created for some duty. For what task then were you yourself created? A man's true delight is to do the things he was made for. Marcus Aurelius. The Stoics understood that everything in life has a purpose. From the sky above your head to the grass beneath your feet, purpose is what gives life meaning. Without purpose, we are lost, and troubled times come easy. So how do we find our purpose? How do we find what we as humans are meant for? Forget even about mastery. It can be difficult to think about what we like in the first place. And what if we have the opposite problem? What if we like too many things and we can't just pick one? If you're having difficulty determining what it is you want to do, let's first turn to this quote by Epictetus. First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. If you wish to be a writer, write. Epictetus. So it's that simple, and I think oftentimes as humans we overcomplicate purpose. Take for example, Bob. Bob is your average college student who has no idea what he wants to do in life. His major, like many, is undecided, and it's often that he's confused because he has way too many choices. Bob wants to make money, but he doesn't want to sit and rot in an office doing something he hates. What Bob doesn't realize is that the choice he makes now isn't a choice for life. If he's interested in something like photography, he can try that out for a month and see if he likes it. Then, if he realizes it's not for him, he can pivot and try something else. Eventually, there will be something that outshines the rest. Something that takes him by storm. Something he can't wait to get up in the morning to do. He's excited, he's passionate, he has purpose. He says, this is it. This is the thing. So if you're struggling to find purpose in life right now, pick something. Anything. If you feel like drawing, draw. If you want to learn how to sing, do it. It doesn't have to be the perfect decision because we can always change our paths later. And like Bob, we can eventually find something that wakes us up in the morning. Improve like a Stoic. If someone can prove me wrong and show me my mistake in any thought or action, I shall gladly change. I seek the truth, which has never harmed anyone. The harm is to persist in one's own self-deception and ignorance. Marcus Aurelius. If we wish to get anything in life, we must improve. And part of improving means being able to take feedback. To think you know everything is a folly in itself, and it's oftentimes what holds many people back. Like in the quote above, the truth has never harmed anyone. Trying to fight and deny the truth, however, will instead harm us. We'll use Shelley in this example. Shelley is a young and talented artist, a painter. She has grown up with people in life telling her how talented and amazing she was. She went through much of her life believing she was the next Picasso or Da Vinci. However, as she entered her early 20s, she reached a standstill. Her art stopped improving. And instead of asking her peers and mentors around her for guidance, she pushed them away. Many would offer her help and feedback, but she would deny them, calling them haters. If people didn't agree with her, they must be against her, because how could anyone possibly comprehend her genius? So as you can tell, as she went through life, things only got harder. And eventually those around her that she once saw as untalented and unqualified left her in the dust. Quite a dismal story, isn't it? The thing is, Shelley's problem wasn't a matter of talent or hard work. Her problem was that she continued to persist in her own self-deception and ignorance. Despite being shown her faults, she chose to protect her pride instead. Epictetus once said, if you wish to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. So whenever we take any form of criticism, it's going to hurt. And whenever we try new things, we're going to suck at it. That's the natural course of development. And so taking advice from others can be painful. It can make us feel dumb and feel like a failure. However, these are normal feelings that should be embraced, not repelled. If we can learn to be content with this feeling, however, because we understand that failure means growth and learning, we can then take people's feedback and use it to improve both our craft and our life. Stoic essentialism. If you seek tranquility, do less, or more accurately, do what's essential, which brings a double satisfaction, to do less, better. Marcus Aurelius. The modern concept of less is more, also known as essentialism, was also practiced by the ancient Stoics. The Stoics understood that doing too much can often cost us our inner peace. And it's often in modern society that we find ourselves in cycles of overwork. We have so many projects to work on. We have to go to the gym. We have to meditate. Joe Rogan told me I should ice bath. There's so much to do, and we haven't even gotten to managing the relationships with our friends and family. And so there's this common misunderstanding that to handle a busy and hectic life, we have to find a way to do more. However, the exact opposite is true. We must do less. If we find ourselves busy, stop for a moment and ask yourself, busy doing what? Remember what Marcus Aurelius wrote, most of what we say and do is not essential. Ask yourself at every moment, is this necessary? I find myself having to catch myself all the time. For example, when it comes to my own photography, I've learned that choosing to remove everything that is not necessary in a photo usually gives a better result. Similarly, when it comes to doing things like YouTube, I do my best to eliminate the videos and ideas that I deem as non-essential or unimportant. This actually makes the process 10 times easier and I actually feel less overwhelmed in my daily life. So if you find yourself overwhelmed in life, you're doing too much. And the solution is not to figure out how you can squeeze every single waking hour to do more. The solution is to eliminate everything that is non-essential, because if it's not worth doing, it's not worth doing. Being true to oneself. In life, we face two big problems: being true to yourself and dealing with the thoughts and opinions of others. We are all unique individuals. We all have unique opinions, perspectives, and personalities that make us uniquely us. And there is no one out there that is exactly the same as you. Therefore, it is important to learn how to be true to yourself no matter what others are saying. It's the only way to live a life you truly love. There's a great quote by Marcus Aurelius that says, "Whatever anyone does or says, I must be emerald and keep my color." So the Stoics understood that there is a core nature or element to the person that must be preserved. If you stray too far from that path, you end up living someone else's life. So if you find yourself facing difficult decisions, ask yourself, who am I and what do I want? And so this segues into the second problem of life, dealing with the thoughts and opinions of others. How the Stoics dealt with opinions. In life, we are constantly surrounded by the opinions of others. Whether they meant it or not, the things people say can affect how we live our lives. And to live a good life, we must at some point in time learn to discard the opinions of others. People will always think how they think, and how we feel about it will not change that. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." This one hits true for me because it feels like for a large part of my life, I've struggled and dealt with the opinions of others. I used to worry too deeply about what I wanted to do in life, and picking the path of art and photography was very challenging for me. I used to think pursuing a career like this was silly and that it wouldn't make money, and that if I did what other people thought I should do, I would be happy. But that just ended up with me playing their game, not mine. And so I had to relinquish the ideas of what others wanted for my life, and I had to discard the opinions of others. Part of it is embracing being true to myself, part of it is not caring about their opinion in the first place. My life, I'll live how I want. And so if we wish to master life like the Stoics, we must first find our purpose. We begin by doing something. If you wish to write, write. Second, we must be willing to be seen as dumb so we can improve. Throw away your sense of pride so you can learn and grow. 3, we must remove the non-essentials so we can focus on what matters. If you're overwhelmed, you're doing too much. 4, we must be true to ourselves so we can shine in our own way. You are unique. Stick to that. 5, we must discard the opinions of others because they are not in our control. Your life, you live it how you want. Now to end things, I saved the very best quote for last, which will hopefully guide you in your journey. Make sure you like and subscribe for more, and as always, thanks for watching. Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them. Marcus Aurelius.